Hi, I'm Dawn Schuler, Soulful Business Coach and Corporate Trainer and Consultant. For 17 years, I've worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs, businesses, and organizations to help them be more successful, more productive, and to continue the passion and purpose that they started their business or career with in the first place. See, I believe you can have it all. You can have a business that feeds your soul and is successful. The key to that is to run your business like a business. That's why I decided to do the Love Your Business Deeply 15-day challenge, where every day I'll share one tip, idea, tool, or resource to really help you be the CEO of your business. So let's get started. Hello, this is Dawn here with day 14 of Love Your Business Deeply Challenge, where I hope I'm helping you run your business like a business and not just off the cuff and from the seat of your pants. Today's topic is, I think, one that all of us can relate to. If this is not you, because you've mastered it, please let me know because I want to talk to you. The topic is getting in our own way. And that most of us, again, if not every one of us, our problem is we end up being the bottleneck. Projects and plans and goals and dreams are stalled because something's waiting on us. The next step, the answer, the writing of a description or points for a sales page or a recording of the podcast or the article for the newsletter or following up or the proposal or I mean, my gosh, we could go on and on and on and on and on. And so we get in the way and it's a bottleneck. And guess what? Something can't get through that opening in the bottle when we're the cork. We're the thing that's blocking that flow. And goodness graciousness, I could probably make this a very long Facebook Live by going into all the reasons and all of that. But I'll try to keep it, at a modicum of time here. So some of the reasons are, and we can come up with a lot of excuses. So some of them are excuses, some of them are reasons, some of them are justifications. Some of them are playing too small and not thinking big enough. And so it looks like things like, well, I really should be the one who does this, or I need to learn how to do this. I don't have the money to outsource or delegate. I'm a business owner. I should be able to do it all. Or I don't want to abdicate things in my business, so therefore doesn't that mean I have to do it all? I don't know enough yet. I don't know this platform. I should learn this platform, this tool, this software before I do this. I've got more time than I have money, so it just makes more sense for me to do it. Do any of these sound familiar? I'd love to hear in your comments if they do sound familiar. I know that because I can do a lot of things and I've done a lot of things in my business that I usually dive in. Or my biggest problem is, believe it or not, I can wait till the last minute. And so, for example, the worksheet that is a tool that I'm sharing with you today it's called Where Are You the Bottleneck? It's got the coolest graphic on it, and I am really proud to say that I created that graphic. Um, but it took me 2 hours today. Now, was some of that fun? Yeah, because I do enjoy creativity and design and all of that. And of course, since today was the day I was going to do, are you getting in your own way? Um, I hadn't reached out to my graphics designer to say, hey, Gad, can you do this for me? And of course, I'm not going to expect him to just do it immediately. He doesn't work on a 24/7 emergency basis. He's probably not even necessarily available. And so I did it myself. Now, again, I actually did enjoy it. 16 some years ago when I first started my business, I actually did some website design for clients and did everything from the design and the coding because that was before there was anything as simple as WordPress. So I know how to do a lot of this stuff. And, but is that my zone of genius? No, it's not. Hard for me to admit it sometimes. Um, and if I had planned ahead, even though I knew that this was probably the day that I was going to do the bottleneck, yesterday I was busy doing yesterday's challenge as well as preparing for a meeting, a dinner meeting at our house that ended up going from 4 until midnight. Um, Friday was whatever it was. So yes, just like you, I can get in my own way and not necessarily allow others to help me with the flow. And boy, it's a tough one. My thing that I want to work on this year, that I seem to always need to work on, is letting go of that death grip. Oh my gosh, I can have such a death grip on things. And part of it is because I do know a lot. I know how to do a lot. I feel like I can do things pretty darn quickly. Um, and I need to trust and let go and let other people come in and help me. And so what's funny is I coach my clients on this all the time and even strategize with them and even help them find the right people to delegate and outsource to. Isn't that interesting? But, we all have our own issues and sometimes we teach what we most need to learn. When I was doing one of my Just Work On It 4-hour virtual workshops I think it was last month, there were two of the people there that they were going to spend part of those 4 hours working on something. One of them was going to, I can't remember, I think she was going to try to work on getting getting videos onto YouTube or editing some videos, and then another one was going to learn this email platform. And after the first segment, because we come back and we check in, they both were like, yeah, no. One of them was like, it's over my head. I'm going to engage someone to help me because this is so not a good use of my time. And then the other one, she was running into technical problems. She says, you know what, it's time for me to call my IT guy to get his help. And that was their very valuable takeaway from that day is, it was fine to dive in for a little bit. And then once they found that, nope, it was going to take way too much time, energy, and resources to try to do it themselves, they said, nope, asking for help. And I had a conversation with a client last week, and she said, well, what do you pay for as far as outsourcing in your business? And I hadn't been prepared for that answer, and so then I would have had a better answer because it's like, oh, actually I do outsource a decent amount. We have a bookkeeper. I have two different graphic designers. I have a website designer. Those are the big things. I'm keeping a list for a VA for whenever it's time and we have enough to really outsource to a VA. So right now, I'm currently working with 3 people to get some of these things off of my plate to delegate so that I am not the bottleneck. And with some of our goals of bringing on other consultants and other trainers into the corporate side of the business, I'm really going to have to let go and really not be the bottleneck. So I actually spend some time visualizing what that looks like and about letting go. See, this is some of my challenge lives. This over these last 14 days have been I've been so passionate and so da da da. And today, with that whole letting go, I'm actually feeling that peace. And okay, that's a good thing. That is a very good thing. Oh, something else I pay for. We pay for legal advice. We have Legal Shield, and we actually use it. And so there have been times where I've had them review proposals and agreements and call them with questions. So there, when I think about how we delegate and how we outsource and that it isn't always us that has to do everything, I realize, oh yeah, doing, that's not so bad, and I need to do much better. So the tool I have for you today is called where are you the bottleneck? And the first part is for you to list all the places where you're the bottleneck. What projects are stalled that are waiting on you? What plans are there? What goals? Where what's just, you have to answer the question, or you have to review, or you have to approve, or you have to spend some time writing. What are all those places where you're getting in the way? And then the second part of the worksheet is for you to brainstorm what you need to do to stop being the bottleneck. And it's very empowering, very freeing when you start to do that. And that could be one of the top 2 or 3 things that really set a true business owner apart from someone who's going to struggle with trying to do it all for the rest of their business life. So when you can, I won't say master, because again, I don't know that any of us ever master it, but when you can at least get a handle on that and always strive to improve, there should always be progress and forward motion, and you start to do that, then realize, okay, you'll start to be more strategic. You'll start to see where it's crucial for you to be doing your zone of genius work, and that all those other zones, zone of excellence, zone of competence, zone of incompetence, are the ones that you outsource and delegate, and that the more that you're only working in your zone of genius and not doing those other things, the better you will be, the happier you will be, the more successful you and your business will be, because actually that's where the success and the money and the profit, your energy levels are when you're doing more zone of genius work than you are those other 3 zones. I haven't talked a lot about zone of genius. It's something that I've taught and spoken upon quite a bit. It comes from Gay Hendricks' book, The Big Leap, which I highly, highly recommend. But if you want to talk to me more about what that means, zone of genius, happy to have that conversation, because it's something that I deeply believe in, that's our number one goal, and is to be really working in our zone of genius, because that's going to bring us happiness. That's going to allow us to serve the world more. We're just going to make more of an impact and all of that. So I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that if anything I've shared has been helpful to get you out of that bottleneck, then great. So your challenge is to identify, see, look, and Kojo, no. See, Kojo's thinking he's going to be the bottleneck. And talk, are you going to tell them what they should do to get out of the bottleneck? Yeah? Yeah. All right. He decided he needed to be center stage. Your challenge is to look at things going on in your business, and where are they stuck because it happens to all of us, and then what do you need to do to unstick them? And if the worksheet that I will put in the description is helpful, go by all means download it and rock and roll with getting out of your own way. Tomorrow's the very last day of this 15-day challenge. I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you for those of you who are watching live, and thank you for those of you who are watching the recording. I appreciate you. Let's go and run our business like a business and run our life like a life. Take care. If any of what I've shared here resonates with you and you want to chat about your business, let's have that no obligation conversation to see if there's something there. It may be just what you need to have the business of your dreams.